the study outline. This is one that a little bit different for the masters and the PhD applicants. So we're going to try to approach it from the two sides. So this one says provide a short outline of your proposed study or research. This should be written for an audience that does not have any prior knowledge of the subject and must not be overly technical. Any abbreviations or specialist terms must be explained. And you have 125 words for that. So I will talk about it from the master's perspective. Then I will allow CD and Ejiro to talk about it from a PhD level. Because from the PhDs, they have a research proposal. But for someone that's doing a master's, you may not have, or it's not compulsory for you to have a research proposal. So I would just say, you don't need to have a research proposal because you're going into a 1-year master's, and the 1-year master's, the amount of research you're going to do is not very extensive, which is why they don't require you to have a proposal of what you want to do, because it's not extensive research. But I think what makes this essay outstanding is that if you go back to the develop impact 1, you've stated that there's a problem, and your whole aim is to provide a solution to that problem. So you need to at least state out that even if this is not the exact topic you're going to do, but like they said, even if you have an exact topic, you might end up not doing that at the end. But even if you don't have an exact topic, but this is a line statement to say, this is what I'm going to be researching on. Like for me, when I talked about mine, I wanted to reduce road fatalities. So my topic was on that, and it depends on how you want to attack it, because you can reduce road fatalities in different ways. You can approach it from an infrastructure point of view, you can approach it from a vehicle point of view, you can approach it from a driver behavior point of view, or from a safety or from a policy safety rules point of view. So there are different ways to attack it, which is what the reader knows. So at this point, they're asking you, what exactly within your study, what exactly is the point of view that you're going to tackle this problem from, if you're given the opportunity to take up this study. So that's what you're going to provide here. So like I said, if you've understood your problem before, you understand the SDGs, you understand how your problem is, monitored, measured, all those things. All these things link up together. Once you understand all those things very well, and if your career goals are also in a straight line as well, you have understood the career path you want to take, then you would understand that even within your area, even if you're a doctor and you want to be a consultant or whatever, even as a consultant, there are specialist roles. And what kind of specialist you want to be can also be linked down to what kind of research you want to do in school. Because the modules are fixed. They fix the modules you're going to study on your course. But the actual research you're going to do as your thesis is not fixed. It's up to you. So if you say you want to be an expert in XYZ, you should come up with a proposed study that matches XYZ. So I think that way it shows that, you're in line, you're moving in a straight line towards a particular goal. And like they said, don't be overly technical with the language. Try to make it, because the person reading your essay, the people that read these essays are also academics in the universities in the UK. So your essay, you may be in the medical field, your essay is going to go to someone in engineering or someone in the arts, or but the point is, it's not about the technicality of what you're writing, it's about the logic behind what you're writing. And if it makes sense, to let's say anybody that has a proper education, that these things follow from this, from this you can get to this, from this you can get to that, is a logical step that you're taking. This makes sense. Anything that's very technical, you can provide a brief explanation if you have enough words to do that. That is what they are looking for. They are not looking for you to wow them with your technical know-how at this stage, because you might be trying to do that and you might be making a mistake as well. So it's good to keep it simple, keep it direct. Yeah, I'm talking from a master's point of view. I'll allow Steve to talk about the PhD point of view, because some of us have not taken that journey.
Yes, exactly. I think what I may want to add on that for masters is that you try as much as possible. All right, like you said, be simple. You don't have to be specific, all right? But you need to have at least a working knowledge, some rough idea about what you want to do. The details or the specificities of what you want to do would eventually come when you start your program, right? And this might not be only for master, but for PhD as well. So what I basically did for PhD, in your study outline, I actually went back to my own application. I identified 3 things that I think are important for you to highlight in your study outline as a prospective PhD applicant. The first thing is the importance of the topic or the subject that you are investigating, right? This will definitely come in your proposal. What problem are you trying to solve? Because before you come over to the UK to undertake a PhD in a particular program or on a particular subject, you must have done some investigation and come up with a problem that you think merits for further investigation, right? So as part of writing this outline as a PhD student, right, one thing that should be captured in this outline, in this content, is the importance of that particular subject that you are investigating. For example, in my case, I'm looking at financing SMEs through Islamic financial institution. So one of the things that I highlighted in my study outline is the role of SMEs in national economy. So this is one thing as a prospective PhD student in answering this part of your study outline that you may want to outline. Second thing is the current problem. What is the problem that you're trying to solve, right? First, you identify the importance of this subject, right? And what is the problem that you are trying to solve here? And then the problem that I'm trying to solve is somehow to increase financing of SMEs. So first, you identify the important role of SMEs. Second, I brought in the issue of how I am going to, what the current problem is, which in this case is the fact that small and medium-sized enterprises do not have access to financing. And then the third thing that it's important for you to highlight in this study outline section is your proposed solution. So you see that, Abuche, there will be some linkages, right? First, you identify why you think transportation is a problem in Nigeria, why I think, let's say, the fact that SMEs don't have access to funding is a problem in the Gambia, right? This is actually a problem, right? After I identify the importance of SMEs, you bring out the problem. And what solutions are you going to put forward as a way of solving that problem? So these three key things are very important when you are writing your outline, as this will give the reader about the scope of your program or the scope of your investigation that you plan to do. So for PhD students, these three key areas in answering this are very key for you to include. I think the word limit is 125, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So therefore, these key three things.
Go ahead, go ahead.
So that shows that, yeah, this shows that these three key things, you need to try as much as possible to have them captured in this study outline as you attempt to answer this part of your essay write-up.